It was just a little bit of a technical glitch on our part, so our apologies for that. We are back, just waiting for everybody to pick their setups and get all ready for the race, for the parade lap. Now, I have made someone on the grid aware of this one, and I've told, say, not everybody, but I'm going to do a little tribute tonight for... Unfortunately, there was some sad news we had in the world of F1 over the weekend, and I'm sorry to restart the stream just on the bad note on this one, but the unfortunate timely passing of Eddie Jordan, the former Jordan Grand Prix boss. So when the parade lap will start, I will stay silent just for a minute, just as a fitting tribute to F1's last great independent team owner, wasn't he? Would you agree?
Yep.
Took on the big boys, didn't let them get away with things, and was a
he's a very big character in the sport, and
he was
one of the very few that spoke his mind, and it's very true with most of the things that he said.
He was, and it was a very unfortunate shame. Obviously, before the Chinese Grand Prix weekend, we've just had that. Unfortunately, his passing due to cancer. So, while the parade lap is on, I will just, as I say, just give our version of a minute's silence in memory of the man. So, no pressure to the Aston Martin boys tonight. Just have a good race and hope you do well. Hello, Ant. I see you in the chat. And that's one. I think everybody should be getting their setups pretty much on by now. Yes, Ant, I forgot to mention that. You've got to leave a like, subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss all the action. And that one, 60 seconds. Thank you for the update, Mr. Blowhole. To Eddie Jordan now. as everybody gets lined up on to the grid now. Again, EA, can we have better starting camera angles apart from this? Because we can't see anything back from here. Get the position change ready. As we wait for the lights. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I believe everybody is away. Again, apologies for the terrible camera angle. As we keep, as I say, Ben has managed to hold on to his lead. Xavier managed to hold on to P2. And he's trying to get around the outside of Kid Dynamite, trying to take the P3 around there. No, Kid managed. No, Anti's through up into P3. Dynamite slots into P4. Chris is P5. Got ahead of Jules as they head going down into turn 4. Sorry.
Darge is down 9 places. He hasn't got any damage. I don't know if he's just had a bit of a poor start. Ugoni's up to 4 places.
That's nothing to be surprised with him. Let's have a quick glance down to see if there's any damage on the Ferrari. No, he's got all his front wing intact. So
that turn 1-2 is just a bit of a tough one. It's if you get squeezed, then you have to slow down quite a lot, and people will get past you.
Yeah, it's the radius corner, as I say, it just does not end.
A bit of a spin from Colin coming out of that corner before the back straight.
Oh no, not good for the Red Bull man. And that one is everybody starts to fan out as look at for the overtaking spot. See whether they're going to make a move on this opening lap or hold station.
So top 4 no movers. Obviously biggest gain, Jody up 6 places. Sociopat's up 3 places into 9th.
Wow, they both had great starts. As Ben is trying to fend off Xavier into turn 1. Now I think this is going to be a fight between these two all race long.
Yeah, I mean, if X is anything to go by on Friday, Kid literally ran away from everybody, so I imagine he'll be in the mix right until the very end for this.
So Kid's your dark horse for this Grand Prix, is he?
Yeah, he was very quick on Friday.
Well, he's not too far off the front group. Managing to hold that 4th place. He's a couple of tenths off of Ant and P3, but I think if Xavier and Ben are just going to keep fighting pretty much for the whole race, it's going to bring everybody in to play a little later on. A quick little update on the Red Bull of Ujoni. He is in 12th, so there you go, Hodgie, have some fun with that. I'll probably just put the Fear of Dread into him now. On that one, as we go back towards the leaders, our first lead change for the night. Xavier gets the job done into the hairpin and goes for the lead.
Yeah, I think them two, it's just going to be a bit of a DRS swap in.
Yeah.
At this point in the race, there's no point battling too hard. Just settle in and wait till the second stint for all the battling to take place.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's just 3 wide down the front straight. Jules, Bobo and G-Star, they're having a right ding-dong of a fight here. There's a little bit of contact, I think, between the McLaren and the Williams. So the Williams a little bit off wide. And I think it's going to be another 3 wide going up into turn 4. Oh, Sociopath gets boxed in. G-Star's up the inside. Fantastic move there. And the Haas man, but I don't think Bobo is going to let it slide. Did he just lag straight back into the car then, did I see?
Who was that, sorry?
Was that Bobo just literally just lagged straight, ghosted through the Haas then?
Oh, I did not see. I was looking a bit further back.
Oh, what's caught your eye?
Just keeping an eye on the backfield, just see if anything interesting happens.
As
Jules has dropped out of DRS from Chris, so
Yeah, that's going to be killer for him. He's going to leave him susceptible to the house. As lead change number 2. I hope everyone's keeping tally, because you're probably going to have a sore hand by the end of the night.
Bobo's had I think a bit of a lock up there into the hairpin, but he's all right. Yeah,
he's dropped the position to sociopath, and I think was that Joni had a bit of his half spin there. Yep, it was.
I did see a ghosted Red Bull.
It was the Joni, as Hodgie's in the walls tonight. He's fighting with all the champions. And he just had a 10-second penalty from... I didn't see anything out of the ordinary there.
It said he cut a corner and gained a position, so I'm guessing it said return a position and he's not done it.
That's weird. I think we'll be seeing that up in the stewards later, as lap 4 starts up now. A few of the cars starting to space out. No, I don't think... Jules is dropping off this front 5 train at the moment. As you say, he's going to leave himself in DRS range with his teammate and the Haas behind him, so he is going to be in trouble as we head back up to the lead. There's a yellow flag. Oh, I think that's Hodgie. He's had a bit of a spin. Get himself pointed back the right way and going again. And that one. So this lead group is bunching out now from Jules leading the second group. As we fan through. Anybody caught your eye at the moment? Anyone?
Not at the moment. Joni's currently P12, but he's out of DRS range to Norpy. Needs to gain roughly 2 tenths to get back into it, so...
I think he'll be back in that gap.
Train, but...
You should be in that gap, no problem, shortly. Shouldn't even... It's one of these medium tyres going to start dropping off, because as you alluded to in qualifying, it's a very high deck circuit, this place.
Yeah, you're probably looking... I mean, the game reckons you take them to about lap 14, I think it is, but in my eyes, I always change that to about pit around lap 11. That takes you about to 50% tyre wear, and then let the hards take you the rest of the way. So you're probably looking about lap 8, I'd say, that they're not going to feel too great.
Yeah, it's not going to help with this lead group that they're all in each other's dirty air, so it's going to be heating up those tyres even quicker and making them wear out faster. So that's something they're going to have to worry about.
Yeah, that gap between Chris and Jules is just increasing.
Yeah,
4.5 seconds now.
Chris is on the hunt tonight. He is right up the back of the Mercedes. A little bit of contact there. I think he's going to challenge it soon. I see a swap for position with the Red Bulls. I wonder if that's a bit of a multi-21 sort of situation.
Collins just got ahead of J Sarge through turn 1-2.
Joni's up the inside of the Aston. And that one, G-Star holding steady in 8th. He's looking quite nice, especially with holding in the DRS to the 2 McLarens, and he's got fending off Bobo quite nicely. But they're going to need to get. He's going to need to get past these 2 McLarens and get after Chris, because they're just dropping away at the moment. As you said, and it's if these tyres are going to drop off soon, they're going to be not going to be able to catch up with everybody as Saviour goes for it's becoming a recurring gag now. Literally, any time we get to the hairpin, there's been a change to the lead.
Journey just got past Lorpy as well, so he'll be back on to the next group of cars in half a lap maybe now.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him. It's scary. As Hodgie's out, safety car. Where's he gone? What's happened to him? Is he gone at the hairpin?
Just after the hairpin, he's lost his front left wheel.
Oh no. That's unfortunate for you, Hodgie. Now I wonder if that is going to make everybody switch tyres.
Yeah, but I think this is the lap we had our first safety car in Tier 2, was it? So
I think ours was a bit earlier. Ours was a bit earlier, I think about lap 5, I think it was, maybe?
Yeah, you probably just bet you want to pit onto the hards now. The hards will take you the rest of the way.
Yeah, I think this is probably the ideal lap that the leaders were hoping for. As Saviour gets them all under Delta on there. So another little history fact with China. Twas the last victory place for Mr. Schumacher. It was his 91st and final victory here back in 2006. And he was fighting for that elusive 8th world title with Fernando Alonso.
An interesting stat about Alonso, he could be, I think it is, a 4 or 5 time world champion with 4 extra points, I think, over his certain seasons. I think he lost out to Vettel by 1 point, and other seasons where it was like 1 or 2 points the difference.
It's crazy. I noticed something interesting on the way through. Ant's had front wing damage, so the Alpine man getting a new front wing. Let's drop some time.
Yeah, it looks like he's putting down to 5th, so he's only lost 2 places, so not too bad. Oh, no,
3 actually. LRL hasn't pitted. Well, LRL unfortunately is going to be a little bit of a cork in the bottle with everybody, especially with the fresher tyres behind. Because as you mentioned, this is one reason why this strategy, the hard strategy to start with, is a otherwise, yeah, it's hard to fight. But as I say, because if you get the early safety car, you have to really stay out. You can't swap over to the mediums. And that one, so everybody's gone to the hards. But, well, everyone is on hard tyres now, apart from LRL, who has not pitted, but he's going to pray for another safety car probably in the next few laps.
Yeah, ideally, this is where I mean, you don't... Doing the alternate strategy, you think in your head, it's a good idea, I'll go long and have the softer compound for the end of the race, but if you get that early safety car, it ruins your strategy completely, so...
It does.
It's probably ideally best to go against it.
It has its merits on some circuits, especially if it was a street track, say Singapore or Monaco, like that, or Baku. You'd immediately just go, right, I'm not going to risk the alternate strategy because there's too higher risk of there being a safety car there. But with this sort of place, it's going to be Oh, I've just seen in chat, apparently his Hodgie's penalty, he got 10 seconds to do Joni spin and ghosting him avoiding him.
Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous at times, the game. If a car ghosts and you go past him and it says, no, you must return the place, but...
Yeah, it's... Hopefully they fix some of the bugs for the next game, but with it being AA, I'm not holding out my breath. He says he was having glitches all race as well. Why do I care who's only karma for readying up early? I don't know, Hodgie. I honestly don't know. I thought I could tell the difference between X and Square. Don't worry, Hodgie. You'll be back for Silverstone. They probably have Italian Sesame Street, Hodgie. As we start to get this all warmed up now, ready for the restart, Saviour will become that de facto safety car. I know, Hodgie, I know. I know your sense of humour all too well. Saviour backs them all up. Gets ready to warm those hard tyres. Just gotta be careful, doesn't go too aggressive on this weaving, otherwise he'll have a bit of a spin. Oh, we're up to 10 viewers. You picked just the time for the restart, everybody. Saviour gets through the hairpin nicely. Through the last corner and guns it. Hasn't caught Ben napping. The gap is still around the same. Dynamite is hanging on to them as well. So is Chris. Managing, and I think, as we said, LRL's going to be a little bit of a cork in the bottle for all the runners behind him at the minute. Yeah,
I'm not sure if Armour was caught a little bit sleeping. He's 1.6 seconds away from Joni already.
Yeah, that's a possibility. And has tried to get LRL round turn 1, and he needs to dispatch him now, otherwise the gap is just going to keep increasing, and he's going to have so much more work to do to catch back up to Chris. Oh, Hodgie's saying it's nice to hear you.
Oh, thank you.
I think Ant's going to wait for the straight. G-Start gets his way through on Bobo. And look who's coming to play as well. After starting from the back, he's up to 9th already. Ten laps. Does anyone have Area 51 on speed dial? Can we just phone them up about Joni and Ben just to see if they are actually alien?
I mean,
it's crazy.
I mean, we say them two are alien. I think the alien one out of a lot of them is probably Saviour, seeing as he races in cockpit view and he races at the speed he does. To me, my mind can't think quick enough in cockpit, Cam.
I can't race it. I will always go T-Cam. I was wondering, what's your predictions for Joni finishing position? I'll go for a podium.
I'm going to go for a top 5. I think he'll just miss out on podium.
Oh, I've just seen something interesting on the front of the Red Bull. He's got front wing damage. He's missing his left end plate.
Ah, yes.
So that's going to hinder him a little bit through these faster sections.
Yeah, ideally you don't want that side with damage because it's a lot more left turns than right turns.
There is, yes. Although your pick for the race is doing very nicely. Up in P3. He's in with a very good shout of a win here.
I think LOL's just had a spin. He's dropped. He has, yeah. LOL's had a spin.
Yeah, there's a yellow flag just right at the bottom of the straight. My teammate needs a great result, make up for my incompetence. It's not incompetence, Hodgie. Bobo's doing well. Currently sat around P8. I wonder. Back to the leaders. It's Ant's about 4 seconds off the lead at the moment now. I think that little stint behind the Visa, Cash App, RB, Spotify, PayPal. I'm just going to keep throwing names on there every week, and as it's a recurring gag from me. Team of LRL is dropped him a little bit far away. Dynamite has got ahead of Ben. Because Ben at the moment, he's looking very slow.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened there. He's running at 50% throttle.
Because Chris and Dynamite have both passed him. And he's dropped a fair bit.
I flicked onto him and his throttle was only at 50%, so I'm not sure.
Could he have had a spin or?
But he was pointing in the right direction. I don't know if he may have had a bit of his rear end stepped out.
Pedal glitch, and Ant's not that far behind him now. He's closing him down. Ben doesn't have the DRS. As Dynamite goes to the lead. So from having a fight between Saviour, Ben and Chris, now we've got the fight between Kid, Saviour and Chris Bailey. Saviour's going to be the one that's going to be smiling at the moment now because of the championship.
Yeah.
Because of all the points he'll be gaining on Ben and the points with the Joni as well because of the front wing damage and him being stuck in traffic.
But I mean, Ben was at one point, what did he get to? 1.9 seconds behind Chris. He's only 1.1 seconds away from him now.
So I wonder if that
back within DRS range. So
I wonder if that glitch has fixed it. Yeah, I wonder if that thing. I wonder if it was only a temporary thing that happened to him. Probably just missed a gear or something.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever had it, but I do find sometimes when you try and gear up or down, sometimes the game doesn't register that you're pressing the paddle.
Yeah, it happened to me when I was trying to learn the gears initially on one of the older games. It sort of, I kept missing it, and then I was just like not giving me the right gear for the right corner. So, but it's what put me off trying to learn them before. But it's second nature to me now. As once I've just noticed as well. Once again, there's the inevitable of Tier 1 has happened. Chris Bailey and Saviour are right together on track again.
Three seconds for Jay Sarge.
I think there's only 2 penalties for tonight, isn't there? Just the 3 seconds for each of them.
Yeah, just Rassam and Sarge.
Tell you what, Joni is not letting that front wing damage dictate his race. He's climbing all over the back of the hat.
No, if you remember, he had front wing damage last week in Australia, and his pace ran there. It was still incredible.
Oh, well, you had first-hand experience last week, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I was on the course of safety car, so I helped him out.
No, but credit where credit was due. You gave yourself a good account on Tier 1 last week.
Yeah, I didn't expect to qualify where I did. If anything, I had a bit of a nosebleed being 5th. I was hoping to be the 4th man into the 115s, but I ended up bottling one of the corners, so I just had to back out.
Unfortunate. Joni and G-Star wheel to wheel. Tucks back in. There's going to be a 3 wide into the hairpin.
I think Joni's going.
Oh, he's got both of them.
I think that's brought Bobo into play as well. He's right
I think he has all contact. Looked like a bit of a racing incident.
Or Ujoni? I didn't actually see.
I think it was Ujoni, but I think it was a bit of a racing incident. Really, G-Star didn't really have a lot of places to go. Is LC our new DC? That's what Hodges just said in the chat.
I take that as a compliment.
I think we've just had another incident again, because Ben's just passed Chris, but Chris just looked really slow at the hairpin again.
I've just realised as well, Ant's actually he's only 3/10 away now, he's right back into it.
He is, especially after that front wing damage and on that first pit stop. He's not out of contention yet for this.
Yeah, it's just going to be a lot of work for Joni. He'll probably get past Jules on the back straight now, but then 4 seconds to Ant.
It's going to be it's going to be a job for him to make up, because he's got to break away from the McLaren and then try and get there as he gets up the inside beautifully into P6.
So Jules will now have DRS down the pit straight, but it's not really too much of an effect. The DRS.
Yeah, the problem is with it's the first corner. There's not really a lot you can do for an overtake into turn 1.
No, you just have to hope that the person in front, if they can go wide, you can get a bit of a switchback.
Yeah, I think Max tried to do that in the actual race on Sunday, didn't he?
Yeah.
With Charles. Although I don't think Ujoni's that confident. I think the tyres may be starting to die off a little bit.
I have seen him have a few little twitches under throttle.
I bet he's wearing out that left front probably a lot more than he should.
There's a lot of battling going on between places from 10th to 14th, it looks like. They're all bunching up with each other.
10th to 14th, let's have a quick ganders. That one, as we've got Armour Red followed by Colin, followed by Sam Feo. Sociopath and G-Star having a nice little fight amongst themselves as well. I mean, probably got a little bit earlier acquainted with the when we were in the Tier 2 race.
Yep. We've got a new race leader as well, Kid. He's gone past Saviour.
Oh, just have a quick look at that in 2 seconds. As go quickly to Armour Red, having a go the inside of G-Star. J-Sarge for 9th. Head up to the leaders. Ben is you know what I said about turn 1? Ben just said, you know what, I'm gonna have a go and prove you wrong.
Yep, trying to go around the outside of Saviour to turn into the inside, but obviously Saviour's gonna have the run for the inside on the next corner. Yeah,
but the only problem is he's gonna get boxed in behind Kid's Mercedes. And that one in this beautiful helicopter shot.
Yeah, Joni up into 6, but he's 5 seconds behind Ant now. I think unless you get a lot of battling ahead, I don't think he's going to gain any more places.
He needs a visit. He needs a visit from what was his name? I think was it Kurt Skylander. I think it rhymes with.
Yep, very true. If only I was about this week to give him that safety car that he'd need.
Well, you were the sister car, weren't you, last week, if I remember right?
I was, yes. I had Helmet on the phone going, you need to crash.
Just fight again with the leaders is going to manage to keep this. They're going to go 3 wide into turn 1.
Yeah, that if they keep doing that, that's actually going to play into a journey because they'll be going so slow. Like, it's tricky enough getting 1 car through there at speed to get 2 through, and then even a 3-way battle.
This is just insane.
Lots of times.
Yeah, it's especially with as I say, any one of these 5 at the moment are looking like they can win the race.
Ben looks like he's throwing a bit of a fake dummy to try and put Saviour off, but he'll be too used to that. Yeah,
you have to wake up very early in the morning to try and dummy Saviour. He hasn't won multiple championships himself. Well, let's see a few of these sorts of tricks. As Kid is, I'm not going to say feeling the pressure from them, but he's going to be under.
Farmer's just had a little bit of a twitch because he's dropped a few places.
Unfortunate for him.
Yeah, all this battling, so Jody's gone from 5 seconds to a 4-second gap now. So
yeah, that gap is dropping. 4.3. 10 to go.
3 seconds for LRL.
But again, another advantage working with Ujoni is that yes, he has the front wing damage, which is going to be helping his tyres, but he doesn't have to worry about the dirty air coming off another car at the moment. He can keep those tyres in a bit more pristine condition, and I think the leaders will. Is that one of the Saubers off in the wall?
Peniza, he's had a bit of a spin off track and he's just got back on.
Oh, unfortunate. Good thing with this place, it's long. There's quite a few big runoffs here.
Yeah.
But you can tell this is a Hernan Tilke circuit though. Very, very long straight followed by a very, very, very big stop.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that hairpin right at the very end.
How so?
It's just one of those things. It's just very easy to go deep on. Even if you try and brake, you think I'll brake a little bit early. Obviously, then cut the corner, pick up a warning. So you're trying to find that balance of not braking, of wanting to brake a bit later, but then obviously you brake later, you brake harder, you lock your wheels, and then car spins.
Yeah, you're skating off into the wall.
Because you don't want to brake too early and go gentle on the brakes, because whoever's behind you, if they're more confident, then they'll obviously get past you with ease. So it's like
on the
trying
traction.
to find that balance.
Is that these front 3, they're just trading this lead more than I've traded Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the last 15 years of my life.
Yeah, Ant's just sitting back about 7/10. He'll just be waiting for a
Oh my god, the 3 wide round turn 1.
I think Ben's got that position on Saviour.
He has. How are these guys all just keeping it? Them all in a straight line. Oh, bit of contact with Ben and Saviour. I think there was a bit of a touch. How are they all keeping them this the right way? I don't know.
Oh, 3 seconds for Jules.
Jules joined the 3-second club for tonight.
Yeah, I mean, as much as it's nice to be leading, obviously, going into the last lap back straight, you want that second position because you want the DRS, unless something happens and you've got a healthy lead. You don't want to be in that first position. Really,
no, I can agree.
In this game, the DRS is just so strong.
Well, it has had its critics, the DRS. But I believe this will be its last season in real life Formula 1 now, won't it? I think with the 2026 they're moving.
Yeah, because to the active aero.
Yep, for 2026. So
I'd actually be looking forward to the active aero because obviously you don't need to be within the detection zone of another car, do you? It's just you get onto the straight, so more cars will be able to pick up speed. Oh, Ben's had a slide out of turn for the last turn.
Yeah, it's dropping the positions. 7 to go. Edge your bets. Everybody, who is going to win?
I'm going to mention that gap again. Ujoni, 3.1 seconds.
Yeah, he's closing in.
Yep, under 3 seconds now, 2.8.
Yeah, and he's not alone, is Ujoni. I think he's bringing a friend with him.
Yeah.
And better be careful soon, because his mirrors are going to be full of Red Bull. And not the actual drink. In Italian in the car. Panizza's retired. Safety car! Right.
If I was all of them, you'd want to be pitting for the mediums now.
I can completely agree with you on that. I don't think the softs will make the end. Whose dulcet tones do I recognise? I don't know, Chaos Druid. You tell me. Let's get the tyres up quickly. As to neither of our surprises, all the leaders are pitting. And Ujoni is getting that wing change. Oh! Some people are going the softs. Saviour and Ujoni have gone for the softs, while everyone else has gone for mediums.
I think that's a very poor decision on Saviour's side.
You think so?
Yeah, after about probably 4 or 5 laps, well actually taking into account safety car as well, laps,
not everybody's got
blinded, but I still think I'd have favoured the mediums.
Yeah, I would have gone for them. I would have gone for them myself. They are definitely the safer option. On that one, so I think.
Yeah, it's possibly down to 8, but he's fixed his wing now, so.
Yeah, that car's going to be feeling quite nice. Although the mediums don't take that long to heat up around here, do they?
No, probably within half a lap you'll have the heat in them, I'd say. Or, well, fairly decent heat.
Yeah, but I think we're going to go probably around lap 24, I believe. Because LRL has not caught up to the back of the pack yet.
No, yeah.
Which is going to be music to the ears of Saviour and Ujoni.
Yeah, I mean, they'll be thinking that obviously, yes, saving tyre, but obviously laps are now ticking down, so Ujoni's got to be making the moves to get ahead of people.
He has, and I've just seen a good news message from Hodgie in the chat. 596 subscribers on the channel now.
Ah, lovely.
Fantastic. We're nearly up 404 away from the big 1,000. We'll have to start speaking to the admins if we get to the 1,000. What do we get for it? We get it's like a special race or something like that?
Yeah.
I'll be up for that.
Yeah, I did, because over Christmas, because obviously I only joined back end of last year, and then obviously we had that bit of a Christmas break, so you're kind of itching to get back into a race, aren't you?
Little bit, yeah. I've been here for a fair few seasons now, back on season 3 or 4, I believe. It was someone who we used to race with, and Hodgie got me in as well. So the league's just grown insanely from there.
Yeah, I think when I was looking, it was just for the fact of I was getting a bit annoyed with open lobbies, because obviously everybody just wants to crash into anybody. They don't really care what they're doing, obviously, which is fair enough. It's a bit of fun for people.
Yeah.
And I was like, I should really try and. I want to get better. So by joining the league, obviously as well, it's made me get rid of the racing line, something which I'd always wanted to learn, but. In hindsight, I just couldn't be bothered. It couldn't be bothered because I was just doing career races. So I was like, why should I do it?
Yeah, no, I can completely agree with you on that. And I'm similar myself. I mean, I was always on full traction control, automatic gears, and everything like that. Yada yada yada, vice versa. But since I've done league racing, as I say, from here and in 2 other leagues, I've taken the traction control off. I've gone down to manual gears now. I know it doesn't show it, but as I say, I feel as I'm a lot better driver than what I was. And Hodgie, you're having a laugh. I am not doing that. Yeah. And I was going to say, if it's Monaco, I don't care how much the tickets to Middlesbrough on the train are. I'm coming up there.
I will never do Monaco. I just hate the track. Mainly
it's a lot better on a wheel. It's a lot better on a wheel, trust me. As Kid brings them all back to racing. Lap 24. 4 to go. Is Saviour going to have the tyres to last? I'll abstain, Hodgie. Oh, are we going to get these movers and shakers as Saviour is trying to make the move?
Joni's got past Jules.
That's the P7. The Mercedes and the Aston Martin go wheel to wheel. At what point do you think with Saviour he's got to start thinking championship a little bit in this race?
I mean, to be fair, I'd be thinking it now. To be honest, I mean, he's only really got to keep outscoring Ben and Joni. He doesn't realistically.
Yeah, he has.
Yes, it's nice to win. He doesn't have to win as long as he consistently outscores them every race. It is.
Yeah, but I know I agree, but it's the fact that though, if he, yes, I know we all want to win a race. I can understand that, but sometimes he's got to play. He knows as well as Ujoni does that you've got to play the game and just going, okay, yes, I might not win this race, but I don't want to have a go at making an overtake and then just like knocking a wheel off or knocking the front wing.
Yeah.
At this point, he'll try it. He'll try to pass it. To pass Kid. I mean, don't get me wrong, but
obviously he wants to get past because he wants to use his tyres. Theoretically, with the position with 3 laps, I'd just be trying to be settled in P2. Obviously, wait last lap, do him on the DRS straight on the back. Because
yeah, I can agree. It's, and again, he's got to. I think it's one advantage that him and Ujoni.
But he's going side by side with Kid.
He is. He's not letting this go. Going to be run out a little bit wide, and I think the Haas may have his run on him. But as I say, Saviour and Ujoni, they both know what it's like to win a championship, both in X and here. Yeah,
I think that's where I need to change my mindset, because obviously I'm currently 3rd in the standings, and I'm seeing the gap to Sociopath, and I'm like, I've got to do well, I've got to perform, and then I have a bad day, and then I'm like, well, that's just put me out into a mood now, because I'm not going.
Oh, I think there's been a bit of contact. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump over you, but
sorry.
Bit of contact with the leaders up there, but no, I can completely agree with what you're saying. It's you've got to, as I say, and I know from prior experience myself, as I say, with championships, you've got to just reel it in sometimes and just not be silly and just like stick a wheel up where it's probably going to end your race.
Joni and Bobo, oh, Joni's got past Bobo now. They did have a little tap of each other as they went side by side.
He's broken his front wing again. He's not the other end.
The other side this
yeah,
time.
he's not the other end plate off this time. Oh, Joni, you know you're going to be eating into the Red Bull catering budget with this.
At least he's now damaged the side that's not as effective round here, so he's
True.
got one good thing there.
But I don't think Red Bull are going to have a Christmas party at the end of the season now, thanks to him. But again, it's good.
Ben's broken the DRS to Saviour as well.
He has, and I think it's what we discussed earlier as well. I think those tyres may be giving up the ghost. I know the car's a lot lighter now, but I think the tyre wear's kicking in for Saviour, and I think it was a risk. It was a risky call to do it. It was a gamble, but I don't think the gamble's going to pay off.
What is it, through turn 1, 2, the heat that gets put through those tyres as well, and obviously the corner, the banked corner off, going onto the long DRS straight, that'll put a lot of tyre wear onto it as well.
Yeah, it's scraping the front, it's spreading the front tyres over the circuit. That's what does it. And that's one as, yeah, I think the softs are dying out.
Yeah, because as well, if you look back at Joni, he's 1.9 to Ant now.
Yeah, he's going to be susceptible to sociopath if he's not careful before the end. So those softs.
I just want to point out, sociopath in P7, obviously current tier 2 leader, great run from him.
Yeah, showing he's showing all these tier 1 boys that goes, look, just because we're in tier 2. Don't underestimate us. Well, you can underestimate me all the time. I'm not going to be anywhere near you guys. But now,
so he's got past Saviour, and the gap is 2 seconds to Ben now. So
yeah, I don't think he's going
on to the last lap in a second. Just take it easy from Ben. Don't do anything silly.
Yeah, and he's got the race. Saviour. The tyres have, I think, have gone off the cliff.
Yeah, Chris is now coming at Saviour now.
Yeah, he's got way more traction on the car.
Colin just had a bit of a moment. I think Colin's had a moment, he ghosted.
Yeah, it's easy to do. And here as we go on to the last lap. Hedge your bets, everybody. I think Saviour defending from Kid has probably helped Ben get the gap he needs enough.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't far from my prediction. I said at the start, Kid was quick.
He is. He's had a very good race tonight. He was one to pick out. One you had to keep your eye on tonight. There's Ben. All on his lonesome. Comes around the short straight, going on to the DRS for the last time. Not at any risk from anybody behind, I don't think. I think Kid should have P2. Saviour may come under attack from Chris on the Ferrari coming onto the back straight.
I think he's got DRS though to Kid, so that'll help him defend a little bit, but
it's whether he's going to have the traction.
DRS, but so's Chris.
Ant's going to have a looking at it. I think he's going to have a go.
Ben coming around the last corner now.
Comes around the final corner. Takes another fantastic win in Tier 1 with Kid taking P2. Saviour holds on to P3. Chris P4, Ant P5. Ujoni recovered from the back. No, he's
let Sociopath through. He slowed right down to let him through.
That's everybody finishing that one. What a finish. So, driver of the day, would you reckon? Who's your vote going to?
I mean, I'm probably going to go with Kid with the P2. I know obviously Joni started from the back and obviously fought his way through, but I still think that was a very good drive from Kid.
I cannot disagree with you on that one, actually. Kid held his own very nicely tonight, and he held it with the big guns and took it to them, so I will agree with you on that one. As we have a quick look at the final race finish, it is Ben who takes the win with the fastest lap tonight, followed by Kid, Saviour, Chris Bailey and Sociopath rounding at the top 6. Then you have Ujoni, Bobo, Armour Red, J Sarge for rounding at the top 10. Then you have Lorpy, G-Star, Carl in P13, Jules P14, LRL P15, Colin P16, Sam Feo 17, 18 and 19th, Pinitza and Hodgie, the 2 Kicksabers, and the Williams unfortunately were the DNFs. So that's 2 races down for the week. How about another 2 more on Wednesday? I know we spoiled everybody here. We're going to have the Tier 3 boys kicking the action off in China at 7 o'clock on Wednesday night, followed by the X-treme. No, I still think they're completely mad for running with the no assists on 8:45 on Wednesday. And then just to round it off, we go to the X race on the Friday night at 7:30 around the legendary, iconic, I'm going to run out of adjectives soon, Silverstone circuit here in Great Britain. So that is the end of the action for tonight. Thank you, Lewis, for joining me for tonight. Hope you've had fun.
Worries. Yep.
Hope you've had fun on this one, and we'll see you on Wednesday at 7 o'clock for the Tier 3 boys. Take care, everybody, and have a good night.